Up and streaming. You guys ready?
Yep.
Okay, welcome to the Forgotten Realms. We find our heroes in the town of Flan on the north shore of the Moonsea. One day, while walking around the cities, our heroes noticed a winged black shape fly over the town towards Valjevo Keep. The next morning, the town was abuzz with rumors of a black dragon landing near the keep the night before. One by one, I'm going to have you start by telling us about your character, starting with Blue.
Yes, well, I'm a cleric of Garl Glittergold, the Most High. A war cleric, out to right the wrongs in the world. My curiosity's never satisfied, always looking for more. Never afraid to stick my nose into a difficult scrape.
Good. And what level are you?
6th level. And I should let you know I've got the robe of eyes from Escape from Flan.
Okay. And what's your AC?
20.
Okay. All right. Next, we hear from Ganora. I hope I said that right. You there? Ganora?
Sorry, I was chewing my food. I didn't want you to hear that.
Okay.
It's actually Nora like a gnome.
Okay.
And she's really happy to meet everyone. She's a short little gnome, fiery hair. I like to find things for people and then keep them. My biggest thing is no one is ever going to fool me. Well, not as much as I fool them. It's more fun to have fun during a battle than actually to end the battle. So tricks and jokes are the main thing.
All right. What level are you, and what's your class?
7th level, and I am a rogue arcane trickster.
And your AC?
15, and I have the dagger venom, or the venom of dagger.
Okay. And Grimald?
I'm Grimald. I'm a cleric of Stronmouse, the giant god of the storms. And I just reiterating into the world after my clan was destroyed. And I'm just looking for adventure. Okay. And I'm a 5th level cleric.
10th.
5th.
Oh, 5th. 5th. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say you leveled quite a bit since the last time. Right?
Yeah, not 10th.
And your AC?
18.
Somebody doesn't have their headphones on because I can hear an echo. And I will figure out who it is. Next is Randall.
So my name is Randall. I represent House Raventree of Waterdeep. I'm a very stand-up for the little guy type of character. Very generous. I like everyone to think the best of me. And my little dark secret is that I'm addicted to gambling. I'm a level 7 paladin with AC 21. I've got a few magic items as well: Ring of Protection, a long sword, +1, and an arrow catching shield.
Okay. Next we hear from Velt.
Velt is wearing very simple clothes. He's a human. On his right hand he carries a large stick, which you think could be a quarterstaff and be used for hitting people with. And then his other hand is free, and he says, "I am Velt." You see a holy symbol to, oh God, I can never remember the name of the god. Excuse me a second. I believe it is God of Rebirth.
Okay.
It starts with an L. Lathander.
Okay.
Oh, that was me.
Oh, then he would be very reverent to you. And he's very quiet and doesn't speak a lot, but you do think he has some ability with that stick he holds.
All right, and level, class, and AC, if you would.
All right, my level is 7. I have 2 classes with that, both Ranger and Monk. I'm Ranger 4, Monk 3, and my AC is 17.
Okay. And Kirk, if you're up online. Don't know if he can hear us. Give him a minute here.
Nope.
We can't hear you, Kirk. So, while he troubleshoots his AV issues, Blue, you were kind of hanging out in Flan in a local park there. Velt, there's a lot of noise coming through. Blue, you were hanging out in a park, and you had your pack with you, and you got into your pack to get like a Forgotten Realms bagel or whatever the heck, and there was a note on top addressed to you that wasn't there before. And Nora, you were up to your usual tricks, and the next thing you know, you're eating breakfast, or actually dinner, the night before, and you dropped a fork. You looked around, went to pick it up. When you came back up, there was a note on your place addressed to you in some ornate handwriting. Grimald, you were kind of hanging out, doing some whatever it is you do in your off time. You had your cuffs rolled up. A chill wind blew through, and you decided to kind of roll down your cuffs, and there was a note rolled up in your cuff that wasn't there before. Upon inspection, it was addressed to you. Randall, you were enjoying an ale, or whatever your favorite drink happens to be, in a mug, and you drink to get to the last drops, and a coin comes down out of the mug and clinks against your teeth. Of course, you're interested. You look at it, and it's a coin about an inch and a half across. Who's ever typing, I can hear the hell out of that, and so can the people on the stream. So if you would please stop or mute your mic while you're doing it, that would be fantastic. Randall, the coin clinks into your teeth. You take it out, and you look at it, and it has the name Randall on it and a short message on the other side. Velt, you were sitting at the window where you were staying, and up to the window flies a crow, and this crow is making all kinds of noise, sitting on the ledge out there, tapping on the glass, doing all these sorts of things, and finally gets your attention. You open the window, and the crow hops in onto a table that you're at, and it tied to the crow's leg is a little note. You unroll the note, and it is addressed to you. Finally, Kirk, you were about to sit down to dinner. You had a biscuit, lifted up the biscuit, and there was a little note under there, once again addressed to you. And all of you got pretty much the same note, and the note says, "Your talents are wanted for an important mission. Please meet Rourke at the Velvet Doublet bright and early tomorrow morning," meaning for them 8 or 9, more closer to 8.
Okay, I have to go to the meeting.
Okay. Anybody objecting to going to the meeting?
No.
Okay.
Well, just in case, before I get there, could I have purchased a couple of potions of healing?
Sure. All of this, I'm going to assume, was done prior. And,
okay, sounds good.
Nora? sadly,
Yes.
you were going to be stuck using Gyraxi's character token. Unless you want to type your name using the text tool, and you can move that around at your leisure. Let me see who else I got here. Grimald, I found one for you. Theron didn't show. Randall did. So, let's see, Nora, I'll type your thing here. Okay. Let me just get a couple things ready. You guys show up a little bit early. There's a pig roasting over the fire. They eat pork all the time here in Flan. It is extra tasty, of course. And there's quite a crowd in the tavern. I'm just, of course, showing you. This is the best place to eat in all of Flan. And you're not surprised at all that the famous Rourke wanted to meet you here.
How many patrons are there around?
Oh, the room is pretty full. Rough estimate. You're probably going to need. There's probably about 25 or 30 people all told in there, plus some servers.
So I walk up to the barman, turn to the room and say, "Drinks for everyone on the May."
And everybody goes crazy.
Finest ale.
Everybody goes crazy, it being early in the morning. Of course, they very rapidly take you up on it. So,
I throw a sack of, say, 50 gold pieces to the barman and ask for no change.
wow, very generous. Okay. And they bring out heaping loads of pig and the best biscuits and delicacies such as fresh roasted mushrooms and, of course, a little bit of bacon. And the barman even digs into his personal stash and brings out some very fine mead. And the gets the bards to play. Crowd is going pretty crazy over all of it. So, the Velvet Doublet. Even in the trying times that Flan is enduring, it is still a fine place. A place full of soft chairs where the only thing darker and richer than the wood that the tables are made of is the wine being served. Unfortunately, your meal is interrupted as the door bursts open. A dwarf in nice, albeit dusty clothes enters the room. He sees your group, grabs a nearby chair, and joins you at your table. And you're going to have to kind of use your imagination. The dwarf is right there, and he introduces himself as Rourke. And he says, "Thank you for joining me. We have some news and a mission if you'd like to hear it."
What news are those?
Okay, he says, the local Merchants Guild, that everybody knows in Flan, has had a lockbox stolen. It was stamped with the seal of the Merchants Guild, and I have reason to believe that that lockbox is currently in the lair of the dragon Throstelgrail, more commonly known as Velvet. As luck would have it, he is away from his home. He is the dragon that arrived in Flan last evening, and rumor has it he'll be around here for a couple days. Interested in retrieving a lockbox? There's some gold in it.
Well, if it helps the merchants, I'm all for that. Business is business after all.
If I can help, I shall.
Okay. He says, we're willing to give you 700 gold upon the return of the lockbox and its contents. If you would not open it, that would be fantastic. We have a charm on it. We'll know if it's been opened. But if you come back here with it, we'll give you 700 gold. Provided that is an agreeable sum, and I hope it is, because that's all there is. We have negotiated with a lizard folk tribe on the Ring Current Islands, which, as you know, is in the Twilight March. You are to meet Bogclaw, who is the Lizard King, and he will provide you directions to Velvet's lair. And he hands you a map of how to get to Bogclaw's camp on the Ring Current Islands. He says, time is kind of the essence here, because you only have a little bit of time to get there. We think that Velvet's going to be tied up here for a bit. With any luck, you guys can beat him back there, steal the chest, and be on your way. To that end, we've arranged some travel for you. You can, we have a horse for each of you.
I've got my own mount, thank you.
He says, great. And he says, the other thing we have is if you can think of another way to get there quicker, you know, we'll give you an extra 200 gold to defray your traveling costs. And he says the directions, if you're going to take a horse, go east from here to the crossing inn on the edge of the Twilight March, and he gives you a map of how to get there. And you're going to meet with Ramson Call, and he has boats that'll take you to the island of Bogclaw within the marsh. And he says Flan will be leaving tomorrow morning, no later than 5 a.m., which is about 20 hours from now. He says, do you have any questions?
Yes, good sir. What is in this box that you would like for us to retrieve?
Important stuff from the Merchants Guild, and he gives you a little wink.
Yes, why so important?
Well, it's important enough to be worth 700 gold unopened, with very few questions asked.
That's the problem then, isn't it? We need to know what's in the box.
A baby's head. What do you want me to say? It's important stuff.
Well, we can't be party to any nefarious means or any nefarious tricks or problems of the difficulty with the local government and establishment.
He says, no, I'm part of the local government and establishment. I'm part of the Merchants Guild, and
But we don't know you.
Up and up. Well, ask around.
As do I.
Yeah.
Who will vouch for you?
Ask about me from your, if you're a member of a enclave or an order or whatever it is you adventure into, go ahead and ask around.
Of course I am. I'm sure you've heard of me. I am with the Order of the Gauntlet.
Well, actually, you might want to talk to them because they have something that they might want to ask you to do on this mission as well.
Always prepared for a mission from the Gauntlet.
Anyone here from the Emerald Enclave?
Nope.
Yes. Well, if you wish, ask your respective orders and whatever other organizations you belong to about me. Be aware that time is of the essence. And,
Of course.
Make it quick. And with that, I'd suggest that you be on your way.
I reached out to Lord's Alliance to check his credentials.
Okay. The Lord's Alliance, your contact here is Brandon Yill, a retainer of House Cadorna. And he relates that the dragon has been disrupting trade by raiding along the roads near the Twilight March. In one such raid, a traveling noble from Mulmaster named Tevish Malakant, a male human, was taken by the dragon and has not been seen since. We'd appreciate it if you'd check that out.
I will look into his disappearance. Before I set off, I would like to purchase some anti-venom and healing potions as well.
Okay. Consider it done. Anybody else?
Yeah, and I'll check out the Order of the Gauntlet.
Okay.
I'll go do my.
Yep.
I will also go to the Order of the Gauntlet.
Okay. So you guys,
three gauntlets.
Yep. So you guys all three go over there and you meet with Zern Zerkster. And he says, well met, and thank you for being ready to work for the Gauntlet. And he says that Velvet's been on the rise to power. There's been a lot of chaos. Several dangerous prisoners escaped from the prison within Stojanog Gate. While some prisoners have been captured or killed, others remain free. It is rumored that a particularly vile prisoner named Euston Karras, a Drow assassin, has fled into the Twilight March. Capture the prisoner and return him to the town of Flan to face justice. And he has important information to the Order that must be kept secret, and he must be kept alive until he's returned to Flan at all costs.
I shall endeavor to serve.
Okay. Anybody else talking to their...
Harpers?
Harpers. Okay, so your contact is Olisara Lightsong, and she's a female moon elf. A Harper agent named Ulyset Failgren was killed by the dragon in an attack along the road to Melvaunt. The agent's body was recovered, but her personal belongings, including her spellbook and Harper pin, as well as a book with encrypted Harper messengers, is lost to the winds. So if you happen upon that, it would be excellent if you would retrieve that, he says. Or she says.
Very well. Very well, my lady.
Okay. So I assume everybody is ready to take off?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
So by the time you're ready to go, it is 10 a.m. How are you going to get there? You have horses. There are conceivably other ways to get there, provided you've been to the marsh or to that island before.
Horseback.
I've been there before, but I wouldn't know how to get there except for to go to the crossing and go there. So I would just probably use horses.
Okay. So you guys set out, unless there are objections.
Nope.
And you travel for 4 hours. And at about 1 p.m. you arrive at the inn. And let me see here. You meet the guy you're supposed to meet, and he gets you on a couple boats and points you in the right direction. And it takes another 4 hours of travel, so it's about 5 p.m. right now. It's about 6 actually. About 6 p.m. When you get to the island, and let me bring that up for you. So you're in the middle of a swamp. It's like pretty nasty. There's a stench of kind of rotted vegetables and vegetation. It's not foul, but you can definitely smell it. It's really humid. And there are just endless bugs and mosquitoes kind of buzzing around you. These things have been really bothering you all through the journey, and not really had a whole lot of peace from all
Got
that. Let me see here. I gotta get rid of some tokens here. Okay, and let's get Nora's name written in there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
There we go.
What is your character name, by the way?
Guy Raxes.
Okay, so I had a token for you somewhere. Let me get it.
I've got my all my stats and everything if you allow me to import my character. I don't know if you use that or not.
You know, I do. You can import it. I'm not sure what the process would be for you to do that. I'm happy with you just using regular dice.
Okay. All right. No
Doesn't
problem.
bother me at all. Okay. So you travel through this swamp. It's stinky. It's hot, sweaty, sticky, foul smelling. You step out of the boat and your boot is immediately swallowed by nastiness. But eventually you get onto the island. And arriving on the island, you bear witness to devastation on an immense scale. All of the huts on the island have been destroyed by acid. Dead lizard folk, ravaged by acid, claws, and teeth, lay scattered all about. It's clear that the lizard folk have been dead for only a number of days. And Bogclaw, the self-styled lizard king, walks up and he says, "Never thought I welcome wormlings to our island, but here you are. Do not fear our claws. We are here to work with you. How can I help you?"
We thank you for your gracious invitation and are sorrowed by the devastation that has ravaged your village.
What's the cause of it?
He says, "We were attacked by a black dragon, and very few of us are left. The shaman is here attending to the dead, and of course you see the shaman walking around and putting little tokens on the corpses, you know, kind of walking around, and you've probably heard of this sort of a ritual before, and basically what it does to the lizard folk is it prevents them from being turned into undead. And Bogclaw says that he really wants revenge on Velvet, and he wants his people back who were captured.
Well, slaying dragons is a hobby of mine. I'm sure I can exact revenge
Very good.
for the dead.
You guys talk for a little bit, since you don't seem very talkative. And basically what you learn is he doesn't know when the dragon's going to be back, but the dragon is indeed gone. He saw it fly over. After he destroyed the lizard folk village, he saw the dragon carrying around 2 green hags. And he thinks that that Velvet is somehow getting the hags to go into connivance with him. And he kind of points over to the east and he says, "The hags live that way, and the dragon lives further east."
What would the hags do for him?
Oh, cast
What's
wicked spells, all sorts of things. Who knows? Hags work.
Another
Well, we probably need to
realize.
check that out.
He says, I can show you to where the hags are." And then no sooner are you guys talking about this, but you hear some kind of rustling over in the bushes, and apparently drawn by the stench of the dead lizard people and all this mound of kind of rotten looking garbage comes up and shambles into the area there. So what I need you to do is roll initiative. We'll start with blue. Okay, 18 Gyraxes.
I can't beat this.
I want to see how the situation's going to play out before I go.
Okay, Velt.
I used my die and I got a 21.
Okay. Let's see, Randall.
I got 18 on my die.
Okay. Grimald. How'd you do, Grimald? Oh, a 2. Nice. And
Not so great.
Nora.
16.
16. Okay. So, Randall and Blueback were pretty quick on the jump. Which one of you wants to go first?
I think someone had 21. Kirk, I think.
Oh, yeah. Velt had a 21. And then, so Velt will go first. You see this garbage thing coming up, making towards the party, obviously with evil intent.
Okay.
It's a mound. It's shambling towards us.
Oh dear. What am I ever going to do? Well, I'll do what I'll typically do. I'll get up to it, and I will start with my quarterstaff. And 17?
17 hits.
All right. And wow, that's 7 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll use a bonus action. I can use the back end of my quarterstaff. Oh, that's better. Well, so that's a 15 on the die.
Okay.
I need a 4-sided die. There it is. And 8 damage with the backhand of the quarterstaff.
So a total of 22.
No, 7 and 8.
7 and 8. Okay.
Wait. Yeah, so 15. 15 total.
Good enough. It kind of splashes into this mound. It makes kind of a splack sound, and there is some stinking stuff that comes out of it. This is a very strong-looking, stinky mound, however.
Okay.
Next to act is either Blueback or Randall. You choose.
Blue, you go first. You got dexterity mod on that roll.
Alright, let me, I'm gonna fire a guiding bolt at it. 21
That's a hit.
for 11 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And the next attack gets advantage.
Okay. Next any attack or next your attack?
Next attack from my party.
Okay.
Or any attack on the mound is, yeah, it's eliminated.
Okay.
Next attack.
Yep. Okay, so next to act is Randall.
Okay, so I approach him and I will slash with my long sword. So it's got advantage that one. And that's only with advantage 11 to hit. Probably not.
No, its AC is 15.
Okay, so that was
being a big, huge pile of garbage.
And my second attack, that's no longer with advantage, is it?
No, I don't think it would be.
Just one time.
Okay. So my second attack is a 16. So that hits. And I deal minimum 7 damage.
Okay. It appears that you're making some progress. Next to act is Nora.
Nora is going to fire up a switch bolt. For 19. For 9 points of damage.
Okay. Anything else?
I will go ahead and just. I'm Theron, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Nora, your token is right here.
Oh, there it is.
Whatever you want. Yeah, I didn't have time.
It wasn't circled. I didn't see the name.
Yeah.
I can't pick it up.
Oh, you can't. Let me edit it so you can. Oh well, you might have to make your own. You probably can't pick it up because I made it. So just go ahead and use the text tool. It's under I and then the text tool, and make your own and put it where you want it.
I will try to do that. I will find out how to do that.
You can use Theron if you want. That's fine.
I'll just use Theron.
Okay, sounds good. Anything else?
I just moved there. I'm good.
Okay. So, next to act in our initiative order is Grimald.
It needs to make a dexterity save against 12.
Okay, let's see how it does here. Don't seem to be very dexterous. But it gets a 16.
Well, that'll do it.
Okay. Doing anything else?
No, that'll be all. Thank you.
Okay. So, next you see Bogclaw run up and start kind of hacking away at this shambling mound here. And he kind of wiggles his way over towards Randall and goes on top of Randall and engulfs him.
What?
It seems like Blueback is not in a square. Which square is he in?
Oh, he can be in. Yeah, it's.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you guys
Okay.
can move him around. It's not. I don't. I follow it somewhat, but it's more there. More for your imagination than anything. So this.
It's less critical in these early encounters anyway.
The shambling mound like rears up. It's like stinky, filthy tentacles and grabs Randall. And grabs him.
Does it?
What this means is you're blinded, restrained, unable to breathe, and you must make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw at the start of each of the mound's turn, or take some bludgeoning damage.
Oh, did it hit me or something, or is there no defense against this engulf?
There is no defense. It just engulfs.
Bloody hell.
But you can try to get away. Or you can wait until he's dead. But you are blinded, restrained, and you're covered in filth and can't really breathe. So
Okay.
you might want your party to burn it down pretty quick. Shambling mounds are pretty nasty. Next in the order is Velt. You just saw your buddy get swallowed up in totally engulfed in garbage and nastiness.
Alright, does it look like I can attack it without hitting my buddy?
Yep.
Alright, well then... I have an idea. I'll first attack with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
And... Oh, there's a 19 on the die.
That's good enough.
For 7 points of damage.
Uh-huh.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a key point, and I'm going to make 2 attacks with 2 unarmed strikes with it.
Okay.
The first one is a whopping 10.
Not good enough.
And the second one is a 16.
Good enough.
So I do 5 damage, and it needs to make a DC 14 strength check, or be pushed 15 feet.
Okay. It is pretty strong. And it actually rolled a 12, and it's a +4 strength, so you try as you might, but not budge it, but you got close.
Okay.
You can see it shimmer a little bit.
Okay. Well, that's what I'll try. And that'll be my turn.
Yep. Next to act is Blueback.
Alright. I'm going to attack it with my +1 mace.
Okay.
21.
Hit.
Max damage 13.
Good. Yeah, you slammed into it, and like a couple rodent skulls fell out. Just real nasty stuff here. Randall is perceiving that the thing is being hit, but he is not being hurt at all.
Right.
You can kind of tell by the wiggling of the mound that Randall is encouraging you to Hit harder.
So I need to make my con save, do I?
Yeah, DC 14.
Failed that one. Rolled a 10.
Okay, so you can go ahead and take 13 points of damage.
Ouch.
It's bludgeoning. You know, the different things inside of it kind of rammed into you. And you might have breathed down a little piece of turd or something.
Is there any way for me to break the hold?
Well, it's not entirely clear from this. If you give me 2 minutes, I can look it up in the DM guide. In the materials that they sent with it, there wasn't anything in the materials for the adventure about getting away. But if you give me 2 minutes, I'll look it up. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go use the restroom.
Let's see here.
Hey, I've got it pulled up, Kyle, on the engulf. Are you talking about getting out from the engulf?
Yeah.
The shambling mound engulfs a medium or smaller creature that it has grappled. The engulfed target is blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe, and it must succeed on a DC 14 con save at the start of each mound's turn or take 13 bludgeoning damage, or 2d8 plus 4. If the mound moves, the engulfed target moves with it. The mound can only have one creature engulfed at a time.
Yeah, and that's...
Well, I would say it's got to do an opposed grapple check to get away because he's grappled.
Yeah, I'd say the thing about the grappling wasn't in the thing that I misread it or something, but since I missed the grapple check on the first one, I'm going to let you do an opposed strength test to try to get away.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled 11 altogether.
11. Okay. Let me just do
Strength
this.
test or strength save test?
I'm going to let you use whatever highest or dexterity ability you have.
Oh, athletics. That would work.
Whatever you have the highest in, and I'm going to roll for him on roll 20 here, just so you know I'm not cheating you. So he got a 17. You got to beat a 17.
I didn't. I did not.
Okay. So you're still in the guts of this thing, covered in nastiness.
Thanks for taking one for the team so no one else can be engulfed.
No worries. That's all I'm here for.
There is that. Next to act is Nora.
Okay, we'll do which full damage first.
I haven't got to go yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, who hasn't?
Gyraxes.
Oh, you were supposed to go first. No, you were supposed to go
I rolled
last.
a 1.
Yeah, so I missed you. I'm going to let you take a turn. You were distracted momentarily, but now you're not. Go ahead and take a turn. Sorry about that.
That's all right. I'll go up to there, and I'm going to use my Great Weapon Master feat and take the -5, so I'm a +4.
Uh-huh.
So a 17 to hit.
Hit.
For 20 point, actually, I get a reroll 1s and 2s. Hang on. So that would be an additional 5, so 25 points of damage on its first attack.
Mm-hmm.
Second attack be a 20 to hit, and damage, I'll reroll that 1. So 2 more, so 24 points on the second attack.
Ooh. Okay.
Is he still up?
He's up, but it appears that multiple tentacles have fallen off as your great weapon slams into it.
Then I will action surge and do it again.
Okay.
22 to hit.
Hit.
Reroll that 1. So an additional 4, so 27 points on that attack.
Okay, so what you see happen is you see this crazy looking ranger monk come in, and just absolutely start fucking with this huge stinking thing. And the thing,
he's not the ranger monk.
No, I'm the bald fighter.
Yeah. So
Fighter.
you see this fighter come in and just start like raising all kinds of hell, and with this great weapon. And next thing you know, the shambling mound falls apart, and you see Randall kind of roll out of it, all covered in like doo-doo and like dead skeletons, and this is like a finger on his upper lip that was partially dissolved.
And I start laughing because I'm a little bit deranged and say, Randall, you owe me one.
Right.
I do indeed.
Now Randall is really starting to really smell the place up really, really bad. And
I carry him over to the pond there to the south and dip him in.
well, as you're doing that, drawn by the stench, you see these kind of blue glowing things come out. And Bogclaw immediately engages with one of them, and the thing does whatever it is they do. You see Bogclaw get shocked, and you see like this lizard skeleton light up and pulse a couple times, and then you see his lizard eyes pop, and he dies.
Wow.
Right.
I still had one attack left. Can I engage them?
Sure, yeah, go ahead. You love it.
I've got one movement left, so I can get this one right here.
Go ahead.
And I have fought Wisp before, so I am not going to take my -5.
Okay.
So that is an 18 to hit.
One shy.
Okay. Yeah, I know they're high. Okay, so I'm done.
Okay. Let's see, where were we before I made the mistake? I think it's Nora's turn, is that right?
Yes.
That is correct.
Yeah, and if I...
So my witch full physical way.
Yeah.
So I will just move back here and fire an arrow into the one in front of the Ross.
Okay.
Plus... 13 doesn't hit.
No, sadly, your arrow skips off the ground behind it.
Well, you try to hit a lightning ball. Okay.
Okay. Next to act, the wisps. The one on the east kind of floats down and floats down by Velt and decides to engage Velt.
All right, I have Polearm Master. Could I, when he gets close, could I make a swipe at it?
Can you explain how? I'm not familiar with everything, so if you just explain what that does. I mean, I'm not against it. I just don't know what it does.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your answer.
Can you tell me what that skill does for you?
The Polearm Masters, I can make an opportunity attack with my quarterstaff when a creature comes within reach.
Yeah. Well, obviously, swing away.
All right, that's only going to be a 14 AC.
So you.
And I think we already.
Yep, and you pass through it, and it doesn't seem to connect with anything solid.
Okay.
Yep. Let's see. So he responds to your attempt by sending out a little wave of lightning towards you. And would a 21 hit you?
Yep. Yes, it would.
Okay. So this thing sends 13 points of electricity coursing through you, and you feel your muscles clench up and your teeth kind of shatter, and everybody who's looking sees him kind of pulsate, and you see his skeleton briefly. And the next thing to act is this other wisp, and what you see is it just passes through Jiraxes and Grimald, just right through them like they weren't even there, and decides to engage with Blueback. and he sends out a little shock towards you. Would an 18 hit you?
Nope, that
Okay.
misses.
So you smell this,
And that didn't provoke.
and that's the end of their turn.
When he passed by our allies, it didn't provoke opportunity attack.
They
Unless he's got a fee, it would have provoked for me, but not Grimald.
okay.
That's true.
Actually,
That's true.
That's a good point. When he passed through you, it provoked. Go ahead and swing.
Won't take my -5. So 17, we know that misses. So I'm spent.
Yep. And guys, honestly, I'm gonna miss little things like that, and I do appreciate the correction. It's a lot for me to kind of keep track of. So thanks for the heads up on that.
No problem.
Next act is Grimald.
And I ask Grimald, Kirk, I think you get an opportunity attack as that thing swung by.
I took it and I missed.
You took it. You missed.
Yep. I'm gonna try Sacred Flame on the close one.
Okay.
That's got to make a dex save versus 12.
Okay, let's see how it does. Oh, they're pretty dexterous.
Yeah, I figured.
They're +9 on that.
Oh my.
Righty then.
So 8 plus 9. So I think it made it.
Yeah. And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Does anyone have Bless they could throw down? That would help us hit these hard.
I'm gonna do it on my turn.
Oh, awesome.
Okay. Yep.
And so the Spiritual Weapon will attack the same one, the one next to me in blueback.
Okay.
And that's not gonna hit.
Nope. Sadly. They're pretty wily.
Indeed. So that's the end of my turn.
Okay. And next act is the oft forgotten but always loved Gyraxes.
I will. Wonder why it. Now, for some reason, those are connected.
Oh, let me move one away for you. Oh, what is going on?
There we go.
Okay. Up. There
Okay.
Yay!
I'm going to take my minus. Oh, the Bless isn't up yet, so no, I'm not
Not yet,
going
no.
to do that. Okay, so first attack, that should hit. That's a 27
Oh, that's a hit.
for 16 points of damage.
Okay. You see some sparks kind of fizzle a little bit.
Second attack, that's 25 to hit.
Hit.
I'll re-roll my 2, so that's 14 points of damage on the second one.
And you see the lightning chase down your weapon and then disappear.
Okay, I still have that. I get a free attack for either dropping one to 0 or on a crit.
Okay.
So I have movement left, and I'll take one more swing at this dude.
Okay.
That is a 25 to hit
That would be a hit.
for 14 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm done.
Okay. All right. Next to act is Velt.
So maybe
All
we
right,
don't.
so I'll take my quarterstaff with my main attack, and wow, I think I need to roll 10 higher than what I just rolled on that to do anything. That was a 9.
Sadly. Yep.
And so I'll use the back end of my quarterstaff and, and just swing around at that little ball of light for a little bit and then call my turn over.
Okay. Next to act is Blueback.
All right, let's take him out. Let's go over to here. Attack with the mace.
Okay.
That is a 12. That will miss.
Yep.
That's my turn.
Okay. Next to act is Randall.
Okie dokie. I am going to move over here.
Okay.
And I am going to bless myself, Gyraxes, and Velt.
Okay.
You sure? He's
Sure.
about dead. We may not. You don't.
Yeah, that's a second level spell, right? I mean, you don't need to burn that.
No, first. It's a first level spell.
It's only a first? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we're going to take this guy down this
Yeah,
round.
don't waste it.
Okay, no worries then. I'll just attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to do.
They don't have many hit points. They're hard to hit, but they don't have many hit points.
So I have a crit and a 19 to hit.
That'll do it.
Good.
So
Way
my
better than blessing.
my crit does 7 and 6, 13 points of damage, and my regular hit does another
Enough
7.
to kill it. It is dead.
Good job. Good
Yes.
job, guys.
Okay,
Yes.
so the shaman finishes his ritual and walks up, and he suggests politely that you head to find the hags, and hopefully you can either treat with them to try to figure out what is going on with Velvet, and if they're uncooperative, he recommends putting an end to them.
So the lizard man that got fried, even if we did a heal check, he's gone.
Yeah, he's toasty.
Understand, box tech.
Anything else?
Talk with the shaman to see if there's any additional information or help he can give us.
He says that despite what Bogclaw told you, the hags, the shaman is not positive that they're necessarily all bad. He says that most of the time hags have a goal in mind, and a lot of times they do bad things, but if you can find a way to figure out what the hag's goal is and come to some way of mutual benefit, that perhaps the hags might have some more information for you, and who knows, they might even have some items to aid you. He says he would recommend not charging in like Bogclaw recommended, but if need be, kill them.
We thank him for his wisdom.
Okay.
Maybe
on the
take
way
a
there,
short
are we going
rest.
to be able to get a short rest as we walk, or is that not possible?
Well, it's a boat thing. You guys are kind of. I'll let you decide. I'll just describe what it is. It's going to take an hour travel from here to where they are, and when during that time somebody's going to be rowing. You know, depends. I mean, is there somebody who doesn't need one that can row in each boat?
Blue doesn't need any kind of row.
I don't need anything. I can row.
Okay, so
Okay.
so whoever
That's
doesn't,
the 3.
yeah, I think it's fair that whoever isn't rowing can take a short rest.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I get my action surge back.
Okay, so they he gives you some pretty good directions and says, you know, go around the tree that looks like a bull, you know, take a left at whatchamacallit, and you eventually pull up on what looks like the island that he described. Again, mosquitoes are just driving you absolutely crazy, and it wasn't a super restful time, but you did get here, and you did get your thing, and immediately upon arriving, you see a dead body and some sort of a goblin.
What does the dead body look like?
Well, you have to go inspect it. But this
I
is what
approach.
you can see from the shore here. Let me just clean up a couple things.
So, The goblin is with the dead body?
Yes.
The goblin's not dead.
The goblin is very much alive. Doesn't seem to be bothering you. It's very dim light now. It took about an hour to travel here. It's now about 8 p.m.
It's like I almost don't recognize you every time I see your hair. Do you like it?
I'm getting a lot of delayed
I
talk.
like it.
A lot of what? I'm sorry?
Delayed talk. It's kind of
Is it from me or from somebody else?
from everybody. Now it's going back to normal.
Okay. Well, sometimes there are Roll20 will act a little bit strange sometimes.